y'all, I've got all of our peppers. I washed them this morning and I'll just let them air dry in this colander, because when you're making pepper salts, that's what we're fixing to do. We're going to make pepper salts. And we're going to need some just plain vinegar, your white vinegar, and your peppers. And look what a pretty bottle we're going to put it in. George used to love to collect these bottles, and they all had some kind of little thing that went in the top of it. You know, the other day I showed you the one that I bought, but it was too small for the amount of peppers I had. So I went back there to his office and I got this. I think it'll be good. Then you just pour your pepper salts right directly on your collards or your turnip greens or whatever you want to do. Now here's what I do with the peppers. I had to buy mine because I didn't have any. But if you pick up a pepper, you know, that little stem that's on it, that little part right there, just kind of just hold it here and just barely pull it, and it should pull right off. And it did, without hurting the end of it. And I just literally, I'm going to drop it in this thing just like that. I've already washed it good, got it all cleaned up. And I like to, when it gets close to the top, I'm going to move you back where you can kind of see what I'm doing. There you go. I'm going to take this wooden spoon over here, and I'm going to push the peppers down in this container like that. Is that you, pal? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm doing a video. Come on in.
All right.
You can speak to everybody. Come on here, speak to them if you want to. We're making pepper sauce. Do you like pepper sauce?
I love pepper sauce.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Come here. Y'all, this is Pam. She helps me at the Cottle house. It takes two to tango around here, y'all.
It does.
Me doing one thing and her another. So let me turn you off and we'll be right back with you. Okay, y'all, I'm back. All right, so here's what I did while I was talking to Pam. I went ahead and filled up this jar. See? Didn't it turn out pretty? I tried to put the red ones around so you could kind of see it. And I'm taking this spoon handle and kind of pushing them down in there gently, because I really want to get in as many as I can in the jar, like that. These are cayenne peppers. You could do this with jalapeno peppers. Any kind of pepper will make a good pepper sauce. I've got a few more I can put in, so I'll put those in. But in the wintertime, I think this looks pretty just sitting on your table with your salt and pepper, and you just, you know, have it out there. And it's really good on greens. Now, Pam and I were talking a while ago before she left, and she said she likes it on butter beans. So we're fixing to make the stuff that goes in it, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we're going to have some pepper salts this winter. Won't that be good? That's a pretty red one, isn't it? That's a long one. I didn't put on anything on my hands. They're not burning. I know that. They are not burning. Hannah will be excited. Yes, George, he collected so many different kinds of things, and this was one of them. He collected these separately. In other words, you go in an antique store and you'll find one of these. I don't know that this one actually went with this bottle, but that's what he had it on when I went back there. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to go ahead and heat our vinegar up. All right, so I've got me a little saucepan right here. And I am going to turn it on high and put this vinegar in it. I don't know how much it'll take. You're going to heat the vinegar up, but you are not going to bring it to a boil. You're going to get it really hot, but right before it boils, or right before it starts to boil, you take it off that eye. Because if you boil it, it messes up the acidity in the vinegar. Now, we're just going to put straight vinegar over it. I don't put in salt or anything like that. Some people, if you like this, you do it. Some people put in a teaspoon of sugar in the vinegar. And it is good. I've had it before. I don't prefer it, but I have had it. And we're going to bring that to a boil. And what I did is I got out this measuring cup that I'm going to pour it in so I can, if I try to pour it out of that boiler, it's going to mess up. Boy, this was just the right size on this bottle, wasn't it? My daddy and my son, they can take these things like that and they just eat them. They just flat out eat them. Hannah came over to visit me yesterday, and she said when they took Kate to college to try to get her settled in, on the way back, they stopped at a little out-of-the-way place. It was an authentic Mexican restaurant. Not like Taco Bell or something like that. It was a real Mexican restaurant, okay? So she said she couldn't even read what was on the menu because she'd never seen anything like that before. She couldn't even read it. But finally, she ordered. And when her dish came out, she told the waitress, they had a pepper sitting on top that was round like this. It was just kind of like a bowl shape. It had some stuff inside of it. I don't know what it was, but anyway, she looked at the waitress and she said, "Is that pepper hot?" She said, "Oh no, that's not hot. That's not a hot pepper." Hannah said, "Okay." So as they're eating, Hannah decides she's going to take a bite of that, see how it tastes. She said it like to have burnt her mouth off. She said, "I was burning all the way out into here," and said when we got back in the truck to come home, my mouth was still burning. Said I couldn't wipe it off, wash it off. It just kept burning. And she said, I tried to look it up on the internet to see what kind of pepper it was. I tried to describe it. But she said it was hot. Then she said the lady that helped me, or was my waitress, was Mexican. And she said to her it may not have been hot. She said, but to me it was hot. All right, y'all, I want you to look at this. Let me get this up. I used all my peppers. Those are just the little end part. And look where it came. Look at that. Yeah, I couldn't have planned it any better. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, now we're going to heat our little stuff up right here. It's just about there, too. It doesn't take it long. And we're going to pour it over it and let it sit a few days to get all that good pepper flavor out of this. That's going to be so good. Do y'all make pepper sauce? And do you make yours with jalapeno? Or there's one that's called, and you can cut your peppers up like a jalapeno. You can cut them in circles and put them in a jar and do it out of that, all right? See how it's beginning to smoke right here? This is when you'd add your sugar in and stir it just a teaspoon of sugar if you wanted it. Okay, I'm going to take it up because it's just about to a boil. And I don't want it to boil. I'm going to pour it in this thing. And then we're going to pour it into our jar. And remember, when you're pouring, I hope I don't mess up because that's all the vinegar I've got. I'm messing up. There we go. I need to find me a little funnel. I've got one here in the kitchen somewhere. All right, you want to pour it up. You may have to add a little bit later. All right, here's what I'm talking about. All right, there it is. We've got our vinegar in there. And take your spoon handle and see the little bubbles that are coming up. Can y'all see that little bubble coming up right there? See that? That's that air coming up from the inside of the pepper and from down at the bottom. And you don't want any air in it. So what I do is take this and I just gently do like that. And that releases, look at all the bubbles that are coming up. That releases some of the bubbles. See all those bubbles coming up in there? Turn it on its side. There's some more coming up. So let them escape. Okay. That's all it is to it, to making pepper sauce. And then I'm just going to let it sit there. Sometimes what will happen is this. After it sits here for a few days or whatever, the peppers soak up some of that vinegar. So you may have to come back and put just a little extra vinegar in it. I have heard of people that during the season, they ate all the vinegar out of here and all you had left was those peppers, and they just reheated more vinegar and put on top of it. Now, I've never done that, but, so I think we got all our air bubbles. Well, there came one. You want to get those out. Okay, and put our little top on it. And how pretty is that? I'm going to sit it on my diner. I'm going to sit it on my kitchen table. I'm not going to put it in the counter out. I want to get to look at it a little bit. Since we made something pretty, we want to look at it. I think it's wonderful, magnificent, and it will be scrumptious on our turnip greens and our collards. I've never eaten it on rutabagas or butter beans. Pam said she likes it on butter beans, but I've never eaten it like that. I bought me a big watermelon. Look at that. See it? I hadn't cut it yet. I'm looking forward to it, though. I love watermelon, and I like salt on mine and everything. It's been a good day today. I've been kind of cleaning out. And I vacuumed, and I didn't vacuum the whole house. I vacuumed one end of the house. I need to do the opposite end. And all. So anyway, y'all take care. I love you. You know that. I like to see y'all on Facebook and see what you've got to say. I know that I got a little note this week from a sweet follower. And she has lost her husband in May. This last May. She said she was having a really difficult time. And what this is telling us, y'all, is that people who lose their husbands or their wives or whatever, it's their soulmate that they've lost. And it is hard. But I will say this. It's just like it was with me when I lost George. We got to snap out of it. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad, but not all day long. Just pick you out a time and say, I'm going to be sad for a few minutes, and I'm going to reminisce for a few minutes, and you'll probably cry for a few minutes. And then get up and get busy doing for others. If you will do for others, you've got grandchildren and children, friends that need somebody to come visit with them, and also there's plenty for God to, plenty of stuff for God that's got for you to do. Or he would have taken you on when he took your husband or your wife. But he didn't want to. He wanted you to stay here and do some more things. So just, it's okay to be sad, though. Because, still sometimes, even with George been gone since 2018, I will be riding in the car and a certain song will come on or whatever. And I just have to cry a little bit. I just have to cry. I do. And that's okay. That's a human emotion. And we can't just pretend that it didn't happen because it really happened. We have to feel the pain. We have to feel the emptiness in order for the Lord to help us and pull us back up. So, I'm going to sit this beautiful pepper sauce. Look how pretty the red looks in there. That'll look good. This jar is not round. It's got sides on it. And so it's reflecting the light kind of crazy. I don't know if y'all can see. Let me turn this away from it and see if that works. Did that help any? Turn the light off of us. It's so pretty though. I'm excited. I am. And that little cruet over here, let me go get it. I want to show y'all something. You know, yesterday or today, whatever, I showed y'all this. And I said, I've got my dish soap in this little cruet that I bought at the antique store. And somebody said, I love that blue cruet. It's not blue, darling. It's crystal clear. It's just that I've got my blue dish soap in it. And it made it look like this. It's not blue. If you use yellow dish soap, it'll be yellow in there. Or pink or whatever color that you might be using. And I fixed my head base this morning with some greenery. And I'm going to go out in just a few minutes and pick me a few zinnias to go in the top of it. Isn't that pretty? Let me turn the light back on now so y'all can see her. Get out of the way. Uh-oh, one of my leaves fell out. You know, I've told y'all before that you don't have to have a bunch of stuff to make a pretty bouquet. You don't even have to have a flower. I think that's pretty just like it is. This is off of a bulb plant I've got out there. That's a little piece of fern. This is off of a shrubbery. That's a piece of ivy that I'm actually rooting. It's got a little root on it. But I am going to go out in a minute. We had a rain a while ago, so I'm going to let the ground absorb a little of that water. Then I'm going to go out and pick just a zinnia or two and put in my little head base. Yeah, I like it, and it'll be pretty. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.